What is global warming? Global warming is the term used to describe a gradual increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere and its oceans, a change that is believed to be permanently changing the Earth's climate. There is a debate among many people and sometimes in the news on whether global warming is real. Some call it a hoax. But climate scientists looking at the data and facts agree the planet is warming. While many view the effects of global warming to be substantial and more rapidly occurring than others do, the scientific consensus on climate changes related to global warming is that the average temperature of the Earth has risen between 0.4 and 0.8 Celsius. Over the past 100 years, the increased volumes of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases released by burning of fossil fuels, land clearing, agriculture, and other human activities are believed to be the primary sources of the global warming that has occurred over the past 50 years. We humans play a huge role in the effects of global warming by the activities that we engage in everyday life, such as driving our cars, farming, or even by just going about our daily responsibilities, such as working. Also, many factors contribute to this by releasing hazardous toxic gases into the air, causing pollution between the years 1880 and 2020. According to an ongoing temperature analysis conducted by scientists at NASA, the average global temperature on Earth has increased by a little more than 1 degree Celsius since 1880. Two-thirds of the warming has occurred since 1975 at a rate of roughly 0.15 to 0.20 Celsius per decade. Burning of fossil fuels have released greenhouse gases into the air. Fossil fuels are those natural resources such as coal and oil that releases water vapor into the atmosphere. In 2018, the United States accounted for 85% of the net carbon dioxide emissions. Greenhouse gases rises naturally and are a part of the makeup of the air. For instance, farmers are impacted by extreme weather conditions, include drought, severe heat, and flooding. This can become a major setback for farmers to grow food. Agriculture highly depends on good weather, which includes high and low temperatures. Rainfall and wind farm operators can change production practices or land to use to increase the carbon stored in soil and vegetation. A change in the agricultural production could have result in a reduced greenhouse gas emissions and removal from carbon. Global warming is a very complex subject. In my opinion, the global warming controversy is political and not based on science. Some scientists disagree as to what caused the rise in temperatures that occurred during the end of the 20th century. Some scientists think that the current warming trend is just as part of the Earth's natural changes in temperature, and it will eventually start to get cool again. On the opposing side, Donald Trump withdrew from the Paris Agreement and rolled back climate-related regulations. But his administration's own scientists reached similar conclusions about danger of global warming, lending more that we need to our best in reducing the emissions of greenhouse gases. Some scientists feel that global warming is a conspiracy theory. We cannot do much about the Earth's natural fluctuations, volcanic eruptions, or sun's activity, but we can impact the amount of greenhouse gases that are emitted into the air. Many of our everyday activities cause more carbon dioxide to be released into the atmosphere, including driving cars and using electricity. You can help by trying to cut down on the amount of electricity you use, as well as how much driving. Things like carpooling to events and planting trees can help. One way to measure how much carbon dioxide you contribute to the atmosphere is by calculating your carbon footprint. There are a lot of variables to consider, including the gas mileage of your family's car and how your local power plant generates its pollution. So by lowering your carbon footprint, you can help the environment in many ways. That we can cut back our electricity usage to use solar energy instead. We should consider solar energy more because it's clean energy, because it's coming from the sun, and it is a better alternative. We should use less automotive vehicles because it is hazardous to the earth and in the air that we breathe. Also, we can go vegan, eat less meat to help out because livestock emit methane gases because that contributes to global warming. Recycle, 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 recycling is one of the most important weapons to fight against global warming and climate change. Recycling saves trees and helps reduce greenhouse gas emissions. By reducing energy consumption, we can save about 4.3% of the earth. Another fact that is, recycling is another great exercise to slow down global warming. Grab a group of friends to pick up litter and state a recycling project in your community, local park, and throughout the city. I say that because I am a generation where we have the power to change things and make an impact on society to protect our planet. It is my responsibility and duty to take care of the universe. Environmental education should be taught at a young age so that kids will have a better conservation habits. They should teach about global warming in schools so kids can learn about how they can aid in this need. In schools, they should consider clubs that kids can come together and go around the city and task cleaning neighborhoods, parks, and even around the school. Most importantly, pay attention to the federal legislation. The Green New Deal is a proposed United States legislation that aims at addressing the climate change.